Hello, everyone. Welcome to the second episode of FS Brew, where we talk about interesting events, news, and products from the world of insurance and financial services.
Hi, and each of us have picked the latest market news and developments just like last time, and we feel this will be of interest to you. By the way, we just want to say thank you for your overwhelming support and interest in the first episode. As a
Yes.
background, I'm a startup advisor and I work in business development for an insurtech called Simbo.
And as a background, I'm the founder of Forward. Forward is a startup advisory that works with insurance companies to accelerate their digital marketing and digital transformation initiatives. Obviously, the auto market is going a bust with, Office, and with that, all the leading insurance companies are following suit. The first one to catch my attention was Policy Bazaar.
Yeah.
They are leading the way with the highest discount of up to 50% plus vouchers from auto care company. The only thing was I couldn't proceed in the quote journey to understand how their discounts and TNCs work, because after I put in all the KYC detail, it wouldn't allow me to go beyond view quotes.
Oh, really?
But other than that, they had a very compelling offer when it came to the discount.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the journey part is very important. I know that, talking to a startup founder who's running an e-commerce site, he made a few changes in the checkout journey and forgot to test it on the day one of launch. And,
Oh,
and it so happens that after the product is loaded into the cart, the checkout just wouldn't happen. And
man.
it's a simple thing, but sometimes you got to go through the entire journey to figure out whether it's working properly or
Yeah,
not.
that's true. But to be fair to them, I did sneakily check out just a few minutes before this, and
So it's working now.
Policy Bazaar's website, and it seems to be working now. So it perhaps was a bug on that day. But the other players that are in this whole discount, game are Hala Insurance and Yalla Compare. They have their whole discount and voucher offers going on. RSA with their Salik, voucher giveaway. AXA's ongoing motor campaign. In any case. But the new entrant this year is Gargash Insurance Brokers.
Right.
They've recently entered the whole digital marketing space. Looks like they're experimenting with a limited budget. So they've also now jumped into this whole, motor comms war.
Right, right. No, that's actually interesting to see that they have entered this space, given that they have access to a captive audience from Gargash Motors.
True.
But we both know from our experience in the automotive space that one doesn't get the entire range of customers that one can, and there is a certain amount of leakage.
Leakage, yeah.
So probably this is Gargash's attempt to increase its audience of premium car motor insurance from other brands. Piece of news that caught my attention was the fact that a lot of people had time on their hands and they were stressed out by the pandemic and the lockdowns. A lot of them have taken to adopting dogs and cats. So, one of the founder of the Stray Dog Center at Queen said their adoptions have gone up by 4 times, right?
Wow.
And we know that in the market, there's only Tokyo Marine, which does pet insurance at the moment. And when I did a Google search, only a couple of players came up, Tokyo Marine and Royal Trust Pet Protection. I don't know if you've heard of them, Vidya.
So these are the guys who have this URL petinsuranceddubai.com, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. A very unique URL.
Yeah, and a very straightforward, and it really hits the nail in terms of, what.
Yeah. Sorry, a strong URL to come up on high on search engines, Google search,
Absolutely.
etc.
Yes, absolutely.
And going back to Tokyo Marine, one of my sources said that they're seeing a pretty robust demand. And it's interesting to see that they have tied it up with their home insurance product. And it comes in a couple of variants. There's a package, a maxi package and a mini package with lower limits. And, I don't know if you remember Pet Secure back in the day around 2017 and odd. So
I do remember, and they shut down due to it. I'm pretty much sure because of this, spiking loss ratio.
Yep.
But yeah.
I'm sure there is a story out there, and so I'm not going to recommend to every insurer to jump into this space, but definitely this is a market to watch, and perhaps there is value in clubbing it with home insurance.
Perhaps. I mean, I'm really not the pet person. Well, I shouldn't be commenting too much around the sentiment behind it. And I can see that you are very much a pet person. You've got your cat at the background, got your cat out of the bag, looks like.
I did. I'm using props for this one.
You're using props for the video, which is great. But, you know, from drawing from the past experience, it feels like it's a much required product within the region, because the costs are pretty high when it comes to covering medical expenses and other expenses. And, you know, I think there just needs to be a way for the insurer and I think the TP and the clinics and whatever in the ecosystem to find a way to create a balance that is, you know, benefiting all parties and is sustainable as a system. But surely a space to watch. So the two campaigns that piqued curiosity was Access Travel campaign. One is Access Travel campaign. Now, this seems to have gone live sometime in April. Again, a very clean, well-executed campaign. They've got some 20% discount going on for vaccinated travelers. Very responsible. But it made me wonder, why are they promoting travel insurance now? Because the typical travel season is around June, July, August, when we actually start to hustle up and think about our bookings. So it made me wonder, why now? Maybe Renjit, you have some thoughts on this?
Yeah, I think what I hear is that anecdotally, the bookings are getting to a point of 70 to 80% of 2019 summer figures, especially in some of the local airlines here. So that's a good sign. There seems to be a pent-up travel demand. So that could be the reason why AXA is out with this campaign. The other question in my mind is, how does it really work? I know IATA was talking about a travel passport. So does this mean that we need to now show the proof of vaccination as a separate document to get this discount? And I also wonder how it kind of works with Emirates' own insurance, which gives you a COVID-19 cover if you buy a travel ticket.
Something to watch out for, I suppose.
Yep.
Yeah. The other campaign that sort of piqued curiosity was, again, AXA and Rise's accident and disability insurance ad. Now, Rise, as we know, their target audience, the main target audience is the migrant workers, the low-income persons in the UAE, and they provide fairly substantial payouts for, you know, death, accident, disability-related incidents for an extremely affordable premium for this target audience. Now, but the ad that I got, the ad was very modern. They used a very modern or an affluent mother/grandmother, I couldn't figure it out, with her two kids reading a book. So the setup looked very affluent, and therefore not the look and feel that one would expect when you're targeting the migrant worker segment. So I'm wondering, you know, are they looking to open up? You know, what's happening there?
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
I mean, absolutely. Rise is a fintech which is targeting this, migrant workers segment. And I know that they have a new product called Share, which is XARE, which is a kind of a neobank, and it's meant for a bigger audience. Now, I wonder if, like you said, is this really an opening up of the customer segment at all? I also do know, again, anecdotally, that a lot of these companies, like, for example, the delivery companies, are trying to provide an extra level of personal accident cover for their drivers. And typically these are sub 50 dirham annual policies, and they offer less than about 50,000 dirhams worth of cover, which is not so great when you compare it to a normal PA cover. But so for that segment, it does make a huge Google impact, which had entered the insurance market. And this time, another big tech company, Amazon. They've journeyed into the insurance space, and they've come out with a significant offering for the US business owners. So we picked this up from propertycasualty360.com, and there's a press release from Amazon Business and Next Insurance. They formed a partnership to provide eligible Amazon merchants with access to small business insurance coverage. So the usual general liability, professional liability, workmen's compensation, etc. So this is obviously a segment which is pretty important and forms a large part of many economies. So next, insurance must be very proud to be chosen. And we all know that Amazon has aspirations in the insurance space. So it's already invested in ACO insurance in India. So this could be a big move. What do you think, Vidya?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I like the fact that they believe in this whole idea of meeting customers where they already are. I think it feels like a great mantra for every distribution director in the region, because UAE has one of the most vibrant food industry, food app industry, e-commerce, retail, beauty and welfare sector. So SME is really the bread and butter of this region. So insurers can really think hard on how they can meet the customers where they are, and generally bring a lot of creativity in this segment.
Yeah, and typically insurers have struggled to create packages for small businesses because of their own administrative issues. And the future is really all about embedded insurance products that meet the customer at the point of need. So it's just tied into the journey where you are selling your products through Amazon. And the question to ask, like you said, is can one not think of such tie-ups with Noon.com and Amazon in the region?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. A big opportunity to explore. So a big shout out to all the affinity, sales, distribution directors to have a strong think. The other news that really caught my attention, and it's an international news piece, is Chubb, which is traditionally a large PNC insurer. They have a focus on commercial lines, typically specialty lines of business. They have some sort of individual lines of products, but it doesn't seem like they are quite active in that space. Now, these guys have gone and created a new brand called Blink. Blink by Chubb, and their website is called blinkinsured.com. Now, this feels like they want to break away from this image of being a large commercial line insurer. They want to create a very young brand, and so they've come up with products which is a typical consumer products, commercial products like cyber insurance. They've taken PA products, they've taken home covers, they've broken them down to make it palatable for what would be a younger audience. So it's easy to understand and easy to buy. So from the brand's look and feel, if you go to the website, it's very obvious they're trying to target millennials and the younger lot who are extremely tech savvy. So the big learning is for our region, specifically the UAE, how bold can some of the incumbent insurers be to break free from their traditional image, that they hold to serve a new set of audiences or younger set of audiences.
You're right. And there's been a lot of, examples like that, even in the banking space. If you look at Live Bank by ENBD and Mashreq Neo by Mashreq, this is their attempt to actually recast their somewhat old-fashioned image into a modern looking image for the millennials and the Gen Zs. So the question to ask is, some of the older incumbent insurers, what can they do to refresh their brands? And also, to my mind, it feels like a typical case of cooperation versus competition, where should the incumbent insurers offer their brands to insurtechs and say, here, use my balance sheet and my regulatory approval and create a great brand? Or should I attack and enter the market with a brand like blinkinsured.com? So we hope you enjoyed our second episode. Please let us know if you have any specific topics that you would like us to speak about next.
And as usual, please like, comment, and share this video if you liked our episode. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for the latest episode, and follow us on FS Brew LinkedIn page to stay updated for more episodes. See you soon.
Hi, it's me, Renjit. If you enjoyed this episode, I request you to leave us a review. This will help us to reach more great podcast listeners like you. Thank you.